Well, good morning, good evening, or good afternoon, whatever your current life situation is. Hello, YouTube. This is Jeffercat back again with the very first installment of the 2026 edition of Kite's Curiosities. Happy New Year, everyone. It is 2026, and today, under the advice of my friend from school, Miss Clark, she suggested last year that I do a video on a traditional Southern New Year's meal, how to cook all the food that I put together and all the things that I do traditionally that not everybody in the house eats. So I only make a small portion of it because it doesn't fit everybody's fancy, but maybe you might enjoy it and like to see what good old Southern people, a lot of us, do on New Year's Day. So sit back, relax, and enjoy a traditional Southern New Year's Day meal. So these are the items that I'm going to be cooking today, and I'm going to show you how to cook it a nice, good, traditional Southern way. We're going to start off with some chopped collard greens. We're going to also cook some black-eyed peas while these greens is cooking. We're also going to fry up some smoked hog jowl. Okay, I know some of y'all might pronounce that jowl, but you don't say, if y'all put a B right there, it'd be bowl, right?
And the girls do not eat that.
So why would you pronounce, you don't say bowel, no, that's B-O-W-E-L. So O-W-L, jowl, like bowl. But anyway, people want to fight me on that pronunciation sometimes. But yes, my girls don't eat this. But this is very good. It tastes just like bacon if you give it an honest shot. Trust me. And then finally, we're going to cook up some good old cornbread. So come along on this journey as we feast on this traditional Southern New Year's Day lunch. All right, so first things first, we're going to start off with cooking this smoked hog jowl. Now, for those of you who don't know what part of the hog this comes from, I'm not going to go into graphic detail, but it's off the cheek. This is the basically, some people might call it cheek meat. Some of the old timers would call it that. But this comes off the cheeks and the jaw area of the hog. And that's where we get the term jowl from, or jowl, or the jowls and the jaw area of the animal. So I got my pack cut open. We're going to cut the oven on, let's see, just kind of medium heat. You don't want to get it too high because this is a very fatty meat. And so a lot of your natural grease and flavorings is already in this meat, along with the smoke and the cure that was used to smoke this meat. So you just cut it on medium heat. And you just take it and you just put it into the pan, just like a strip of bacon and stuff. And you cook it until it's golden brown. Look at that. That's beautiful. That's beautiful pieces right here. You can get jowl meat whole, or you can get it sliced. I always go ahead and get it sliced just because it saves time. And I know people down in the comments, they're going to be destroying me, saying, why are you cheating? You ain't using this kind of vegetable, and you're cheating with your cornbread and all this kind of stuff. Well, let me just tell you all this before we get started. I'm the only person who's going to be eating any of this food. So I'm not going to just go out of my way and do it, quote unquote, the right way. I'm just going to do something quick, fast, and convenient that I can get done, get made, and just kind of just enjoy myself and enjoy my lunch and just follow my tradition. So we're just going to get this cooking, medium heat, and I'm going to return here in a minute and show y'all, after it starts sizzling, what it's supposed to be looking like. All right, very important. You want to have your fan on when you cooking this stuff, because it does smoke a little bit. Man, it just smells so good right now. This is something you're going to have to babysit. You have to keep turning it, keep flipping it, stay with it. You can't be doing nothing else and talking to nobody or nothing like that, because it will burn on you if you ain't careful. You kind of cook it, get the sides, keep flipping it, flip it over a little bit. See, it's starting to get a little brown right there at the top. That's the kind of color you want it to be about all over. Just kind of just flip it, cook it. And some little pieces I was able to tear off a few minutes ago off the ends. And you just keep cooking it. Stay with it. Do not walk away from this, because you will have yourself a mess if you don't babysit and take care of this. You got to do this and nothing else. Don't be talking to nobody. Don't be trying to watch the game and nothing like that. So this is coming along real nice, man. Look at that. That looks good, boy, don't it? Woo! All right, here's just about done. If you notice, I got a little bit of a char on some of these pieces. If you notice that, what you do, move it out to the edge of your pan or what you're frying it in, because the hottest heat is going to come from the center of your pan. That's where it's going to be burned the hottest. And then the heat's going to expand out. You don't want to burn it, you just want to cook it. So just move your pieces out to the side a little bit and it'll work just fine here. I got one piece already done. Look at that, boy. That looks good right there. Man, oh man. That's gonna look good. It's gonna taste good. But you just keep cooking it and stay with it. Stay with it. Don't walk away. All right, while I got my second batch on the stove, I said oven earlier, but clearly y'all know this is a stove. I mix my words up periodically. But anyway, got this cooking. I'm gonna show y'all what I done took up out the pan. And this is what it's gonna look like right here. Now it's gonna have a little bit of char to it, but you want to get it kind of dark brown. Dark brown, that's when you know it's good. So that is a fine piece of meat right there. Now, I mean, I tell you what, you can't beat it. And as always, get you a plate with a paper towel to, when you go to set it down on this paper, it'll dry up some of this extra grease, spare grease. It'll get it nice and dry and crispy for you. So we're gonna come along on this over here. Also, now that you've cooked a little bit of it, you got some liquid grease in here to kind of help it stay hot, and it won't burn as hot and char as much. So if you like char, you got some right there. If you don't like char, this won't have as much. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Coming along real good. Again, it ain't quite done yet. You want the whole piece to be golden brown. We're getting there. We're getting there with some of these pieces. Man, oh man, it's smelling good, looking good. Woo. My second batch is always better because I've gotten some of that natural grease already in here hot. And like I said, when you first start cooking it, you don't want to add grease to it because, I mean, that'll start a fire. So just let it go, and just do your best on that first batch. And your second batch, it'll come along real good. Again, medium heat. Don't want it too hot because it'll cook too fast. It'll burn. You'll burn it, not just char it. Keep it on medium heat. Keep your fan on to keep the smoke coming up out of the pan collected. Whew, man, oh man, this is coming along real good, folks. Real good. All right, taking up the last little bits of this meat here, man. I tell you, that is a gorgeous piece of meat right there. Look at just that golden brown. That is perfect. Absolutely perfect. Put it over here on my paper towel along with these other. Beautiful, beautiful. It's turned out great. Turned out absolutely perfect. Now, after you done pulled your jowl meat up, put it on your paper towel. Get some of that extra grease off of it. Let it dry. Let it crispen up. Cut your cut your stove off. And you want to slide this grease out the way. Do not throw your grease away. Just let it cool down. And I'm going to show you what you're going to do with this grease next. Do not throw it away. Man, there's magic in this grease. There is flavor. There's just goodness in that grease right there now. All right, now we're going to get us some black-eyed peas in our collard. You're just gonna boil them gently. Just put them in a pot of water, really, and then you just put your collard greens. Same thing in the pot there, but you're gonna add a little bit of ham. If you got some old Christmas ham, or if you got some of that jowl meat that you ain't gonna fry up and use, you can put a piece of that meat in with these greens and these peas, and I'll season them up real good here. So with our black-eyed peas, we've got some salt, pepper, and onion powder. You season it up like that and put some olive oil with it. And then you put your piece of some holiday ham. We use our little smoked ham. We got a little bit of smoked ham we got left over from Christmas. You throw that in there. And with my collard greens, same thing. Didn't put no olive oil in the collard greens. I don't like them like that. So we do that and add your piece of ham in there. Throw some in there. I always want to put a little bit of meat in with your greens. They have this stuff, what is known as boiling meat. Now, boiling meat can be anything like a smoked turkey neck, smoked turkey wing, a neck bone. You could also use a smoked pork knuckle too. All of that is pretty readily available at your grocery stores and too. And if you wanted to, after you get through boiling that up and using it, you can eat that stuff too if you want to. I never do, but sometimes if you get hungry enough, you can. Sometimes it's pretty good. Sometimes, I don't. Just kind of just depends. I don't really like to do that though. All right, we're gonna set that there and get them boiling up good. Now I'm gonna move on to the cornbread. Now, before you cook your cornbread, you can use any kind of cornbread mix you want to use. I like this right here, this Krusteaz honey cornbread mix, because you can cook it in a big old baking pan and have a big old square of it like this. But before you start mixing this up and putting it in your baking pan, you got to grease your pan up, okay? Now, you remember that meat grease I told you to set aside? There it is right there, baby. You take that meat grease right there. Take some of that meat grease and you dip it down in there with a paper towel. And you go around and around in that pan and grease your pan up right there. That's going to bring out a lot of flavor in your cornbread. It's going to make it taste so very good. It's just, hopefully, if I do it right, it'll just slide right on out of there when you go to cook it. So that's why you want to save that meat grease. So now, on to mixing up the cornbread batter here. All right, basically you're just gonna follow what's on the back of the directions of the box here. After you grease your pan up, what you're gonna do is you're gonna stir in 2/3 cup of milk, 1/3 cup of either butter or vegetable oil. I'm gonna go ahead and use butter because that it just makes it good. Butter just makes everything better. And then I went ahead and cracked the egg and put the egg in there. And you get all of that and the contents of what's in your bag right here. You're gonna put all that in there together and mix it up. All right, so after you done stirred all that up, combine it in the bowl and stir that up real good. Then you ready to put it in your 9x9 pan right here. You just basically get it, spoon it in there, use a spatula, clean that bowl out and get it in your pan. All right, got it in the greased up pan. Take your spatula and just kind of dab it around, smooth it out, make sure you get in all your corners and everything, and get it nice, even on the surface. It ain't got to be smooth on the surface. You can see there's some little bumps and things in it. That'll be all right. That'll come out when you're cooking it. So then you want to preheat your oven to 375. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, preheat your oven to 375, and then in that'll go. And then you want to cook it for about, 30, 35 minutes or so, depending on, the way your oven cooks, atmosphere, where you live, all that kind of stuff. Barometric pressure and different things like that has a lot to do with how long you need to cook things. So you just kind of watch it and, kind of babysit it a little bit. But while you're cooking your vegetables and stuff, be checking on your cornbread and make sure it gets golden brown on the top. And when it gets that golden brown, then you want to take it up and let it cool, and then you're going to cut your squares. All right, let's check on this cornbread here. It's been about 34 minutes. So I cut on it. Let's see. Ooh. That looks nice right there. That looks real nice. You see how it's getting kind of a little dark brown right there? So that's when you know it's getting good. It'll start to burn after a while. And you see how that edge, you got that perfect edge. It's a little bit darker on that edge. That's when it's time to pull it up. And if you don't, it'll start to burn. That's perfect right there. Beautiful, beautiful. Now here's what you want to do. You want to let it sit for about 5-10 minutes before you start cutting your squares. All right. So let it sit, then come back and cut it. Another test you can do is you can get you a toothpick and stick it down here in the middle. If it comes up kind of cakey and clumped up on the toothpick, you need to stick it in the oven a little bit longer. But see, this thing comes up nice and smooth. Hardly anything is stuck to it. And a few little crumbs here and there, you're going to have that. But yeah, man, it's ready. This thing is ready. Right, so now I'm going to cut it. You can get one of these little plastic cutters from Publix. It's like a cake server. You just cut your cornbread in little squares. And just cut them as big as you want them to be, small as you want them to be. And probably come down like this right here. This section right here, and that'll be good like that. Alright. There we go. That looks nice right there. That looks really good. Alright, just wait for the vegetables to finish cooking. And we'll be ready to eat here soon. All right, everybody, here it is. This is the finished product. Fried smoked hog jowl, your collard greens, black-eyed peas, and your cornbread. Now, let me tell you something. Before you eat, what you want to do, you want to spice up your greens a little bit. And what you can do that with is with this stuff right here, red pepper jelly. You can find red pepper jelly on the condiment aisle, wherever your jelly is sold in your local grocery stores. Red pepper jelly, it goes wonderful. If you want to spice up and flavor up your vegetables a little bit, you can put it on your peas, your greens, whatever. I'll just normally just put it on my greens. So I'm about to do that now and dig in and just take all this in and see what deliciousness awaits me. Now, you might be wondering, well, why are these particular foods selected as the traditional Southern New Year's Day meal? Or items for the traditional New Year's Day Southern meal. So, the greens, I got my pepper jelly in them. The greens, they all symbolize different things. The greens symbolize money. So hopefully by eating my greens today, I'm going to be financially blessed, good sound decisions. Our family will make good financial decisions and will be blessed monetarily. through God's blessings. So let's say it. Absolutely. Absolute perfection. Greens are so delicious. Very good. Now on to the peas. If you're going to make dollars, you got to make sense too, right? So the peas represent pennies. You know, and I like to think of like pennies from heaven, continued blessings financially, good health, and just all the other blessings that you could think of that the Lord could send your way. So let's try these peas here. Honey, you did a great job on these peas. Very good. Now, on to the jowl meat. The jowl meat symbolizes good luck. So by eating you a couple pieces of jowl meat, you're going to have good luck and good fortunes for the coming year. Absolutely delicious. Got the right amount of salt, right amount of cure, right amount of smoke, right amount of a little bit of char to it. So delicious. Absolutely delicious. Now, on to the cornbread. And the cornbread, as I kept saying, you want to cook it until it's golden brown. And that golden brown, again, represents, gold, good luck, financial blessings, good health, all of those good things. So I'm going to eat these crumbly pieces up here first. That turned out really good. Absolutely delicious. Well, there you have it, folks. The traditional Southern New Year's Day meal. Tell me what you think down in the comments. What do y'all think of these traditional Southern New Year's Day meals? I like them. They're very good. My wife and daughter, they're eating, instead of the jowl meat, they wanted to have beef tips and rice. You can mix it up any kind of way that you want to do it. And it's not that I really believe by eating these greens and peas and cornbread and jowl that I'm going to have good luck and financial success and all that. That's not what brings it. What brings it is blessings from the Lord, using the good common sense that He gives you and adhering to His word and doing the things that He instructs us all to do. So with that, I'm going to tell y'all, like, comment, subscribe, do whatever you want to do. Until next time, y'all take care now. Have a good one. Bye.